mentality in competitive Pokemon. I feel like this is not talked about enough, but if you think about it, the entire game is mental, right? Like, whether it be Go, VGC, TCG. Like, yes, there's mechanics or whatever in Go, right? Like, with the timing and the tapping and how you hit the bubbles or whatever, but, like, VGC, TCG, like, they're just entirely mental games. I mean, like, same with Go for, like, the lines of play, right? And because it's, like, an entirely mental game, I feel like really what determines who's gonna win or lose, in addition to the matchup, of course, is your mentality. Okay, right? I want to talk about two different types of mentalities here. One that I think is bad, that I think I was suffering from, and one that I think is good, that I'm working on, and these are the results-driven mentality versus the love of the process, love of the game mentality, right? So the results-driven mentality, and this is what I suffered from a lot, that I think really held me back, and I was having all sorts of problems enjoying the game and that sort of thing too, which really sucked as well, because it's a game, you play it for fun, and if you're not having fun, then what the fuck are you doing? What the hell are we doing here? What are we playing this for, right? But the results-driven mentality, it's exactly as it sounds, right? Like, you're only focused on the end result. You want the end result really bad. And I find that, like, these people, myself included, like, they do put in the work and that sort of thing, of course, but they're already being held back mentally by being worried about, like, oh, like, what if I pulled this matchup and, like, my team, like, doesn't have an out for it, so on and so forth, or, like, oh, like, I'm gonna build my team to beat this, and, like, this is gonna be popular at the event, and then I'll just hit the right matchups and get it right every time. And, oh, like, if I don't place well and, like, don't make day 2 and don't get points and so on and so forth, right? That's, like, a results-driven mentality. And it's like you're setting yourself up for failure because, in a sense, and this is just, like, again, like, first-hand, like, projection, I'll just tell you straight up, it's like you attach, like, when you start attaching, like, some element of, like, your self-worth to it, it's gonna, like, fuck you up in a weird mental way if things don't go the way that you're expecting, right? Because, like, if you get a bad result, you have, like, this mismatch between expectations and reality now, and then you're, like, throwing in, like, your personal identity into the mix, too, and it gets all jumbled, and it's like you can't, like, control the result. Like, the result is, like, is dictated by, like, A, a little bit of luck, let's be real, as Pokemon, and then B, like, how well you play. Like, I do think the game is, like, skill-based in all the mediums, right? So, yeah, when you're just obsessed with the result like that, I think that's a bad mentality to have. And what I'm working on that I would encourage others to do as well, right? Because in the results-based mentality, too, you, like, I don't know, you start, like, treating people weird and, like, it, like, leaks out of you. I don't know, this is, again, like, maybe just, like, a bit of a confessional, but fucking, I've observed this behavior in others, too. I think we all know what we're talking about here. But the process-driven mentality, right? Like, doing it for the love of the game and the craft, it's like you're just going to the event to, chill with the homies and, like, yeah, like, maybe try to play well and that sort of thing, but you're doing it for the experience, and, just doing it for the love of the game, rather than, like, oh, I have to go to the regional to day 2, or, like, get a good result, and yada yada, so on and so forth. When in reality, it's, like, you should just be going because you love the game, and, like, you play a lot, and it's, like, you want to get to, like, a point where, like, it's like just something you do. It's like what you do for fun. And when you sit down at the regional and play those, like, 8 or 9 rounds of Swiss, which are, like, let's be real, it's a slog just because it takes so long to go round between rounds. But it's like you're doing what you just would have been doing anyways. Like, if you were just chilling, you're like, oh, I was going to chill and play some VGC anyways. Or, like, oh, I was just going to play live. Or, like, play the local at the shop or whatever. So, yeah, it's kind of like like, Alyssa Liu, who won the gold in figure skating, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But her whole thing is like, oh, like, I used to care about the result, and now I am doing it for the love of the process, right? And I've heard, like, other people who are good in these rage-inducing RNG shitfest PvP games, right? Like, we all know what we're talking about here, who are good in those, just say, like, oh, you gotta do it for the love of the craft, and, like, as a wise man once said, you can't top if you don't go, right? The first step is just, like, wanting to go. So it's like, I don't know, getting stressed about going. I feel like the getting stressed about going, it's happened to me a lot, is the results-driven mentality, right? Like, I literally cried in the convention center while I did day 2 Baltimore. I lost my winning in. I got, like, 259th at Toronto. Dude, I was mauling. And then, yeah, NAIC, I lost my winning into day 2 again. Like, I don't know. At least I could tell the people at my work, like, oh, yeah, I got the same record as Wolf, bro. But, like, obviously it would be better to... You want to be like, yeah, I fucking did better than Wolf, bro. I don't know. Or just, like... But again, maybe that's still the results-driven mentality creeping in, right? Because, like, you should just be doing it for yourself at the end of the day, right? Because you love the game. So, yeah. You shouldn't... I don't know. You shouldn't care about winning or losing and just not even worry about getting better. Of course you want to get better, right? But just, like, literally playing for the fun of it. So, yeah. That's the mindset.